Hello, 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 and happy Wednesday. Whoa, wow. How are you? All right. Well, thank you for joining me today. I will be looking at the areas of money, relationship, career, and well-being through the eyes of tarot. If you're new to my channel, thank you. I'm so glad you found me. And to my subscribers, thank you for joining me. All right. Are you all ready? Had your coffee already? Are you up with me? Well, if you're in the afternoon, well, afternoon coffee's not bad. Neither is tea. And there are other things that are just as good, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and start putting the players in line so we can see what is up as we're crossing the week. And guess what? The last cycle of the moon in Libra constellation. All right, so how have you been feeling? Have you been feeling the urge to restore balance in your life? Have you been feeling that influence? Has there been things happening that have just forced you to put things into better perspective so that you can manage it? Interesting how it happens, right? Okay, and then we will continue and close out with messages from your angels and see what lies in this bit of trivial information that it's going to share with us. All right, let's go to money. Money and showing lots of losses. So if you're in the stock market, alert. So be very careful of any trades that are happening. Looks like you may be, I'm getting a message about, I'm getting some messages about shorts, and I'm getting messages about, that you need to fill in those funds. Something's up with that interesting message that I'm getting. But definitely look at a downplay in the markets today. They're being influenced by some in some sectors that have more traditional to do with the it looks like money banking rates, things like that is pulling the markets down. In general, for the collective, what we're seeing here is possibly big financial losses, and these have to do with some recurring debts. And also I'm getting something happening and there's more messages about possible disputes in the family. I don't know if this has to do with an inheritance, but definitely something here not very favorable when it comes to the family and talking about money. There's some arguments and some conflicts about money in general. So you may need to be very careful about the dealings that you have. You may have to be careful about the money flow, and also be very careful how you're approaching these matters in this communication about money. You don't want to say something that later you'll regret. Okay, relationship. Charge onward. All right, so here we have something here in the relationship. Not that there's trouble in the air. It's just that there's a lot of passion here about what somebody wants. And of course, it's making it a little bit difficult and stressful in this department here, because this person's really pushy. They're trying to mentally kind of wiggle themselves into a spot, and they want to, and this person kind of just really is not considering anyone else in this equation. And so it's really all about them, and it's about what they want. And of course, this is adding a little bit of stress. So if you've had if you have been experiencing this, it's important that you get the courage to take some action and bring this to the forefront so that you can have what I would say a heart-to-heart talk, because this person is really up in their head and they're not kind of integrating all the other things. They're just pushing, and because they're just a one-track mind. And so it's important that you, if you're at the receiving end of this type of personality, that you put a halt to this and see if there's some correction can be done. Also, I'm also getting a message about possibly and now for like more deeper relationships, that somebody may want to pressure you into making a commitment, maybe pressuring you into buying something with them, maybe pressuring you into moving in with them, and they want to just really kind of corral this whole relationship, and they want to control it and mentally control it by those means. So a lot of pressure here in the relationship right now, coming from from this one person, really, that's really, really pushy and just very cunning and mentally aggressive. Career. Okay, King of Wands. Okay, so this is a very interesting message. Especially this is going towards anyone that's in a leadership position. And there is a sense that possibly you may be losing the grasp of the people that work for you, your employees, and they no longer value, or some trust has been broken, and you have no way of how to fix that. And I'd like to say that time will be the only thing that can work in your favor, unless some other crisis shows up in your organization that you're going to stand up like a true leader and guide them through with honesty, with integrity, with the truth. And even though if it's ugly people, you can't hide the truth from those that work with you, because they are the ones that have to make it happen at the end. Yes, you are putting the orders, but you know what? They're the ones that have to carry the load to execute that for you. So if you're going to lead them astray, if you're going to overwork them, if you're going to berate them for doing what they have to do, you as a leader have a big responsibility. And people look up to you. And if you do not lead with that fairness, with that truth, there is some information that you need to be sharing with the people that work with you so that they know how to prepare and make things happen. Just because you may be the boss doesn't mean that you're going to get everything done. It's the organization, your organization, and as strong and honest as you are, you're going to pass that through. But if you start with blaming others, and if you don't have clear expectations of each person in your organization, then it's really hard to get things done. So you need to be a very strong leader. This is not about making friends. This is about leading and getting the job done. Well-being. Oh man. So we got horses and wands. Interesting. So here we have the Knight of Wands, and there is something heavy that's happening when it comes to health. I am getting something about bones. So I don't know what this means, but there is a collective group up there. Things that have to do with bones, joints, medical reports about. I am getting a message about anything that has to do with your ability to walk. I'm also getting bones and joints. So there's a collective group that's falling in this category. Please make sure that you're seeing your health practitioner on how you can improve your situation, and be very careful. Don't overexert yourself. Don't overexert your frame, but be very careful and see how you can get through that. Okay. Here we have Isabella, and Isabella is upside down. Yes, the timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. So as we can see, it's upside down. There is no positive outcome. That means that you are living somewhere in the past. You're seeing things as doom and gloom. You know, we're seeing a lot of pressure here from so many places. This whole reading is like, ugh. And so this is about really now not focusing on what's happening. It's focusing on how this outcome could be made better. If you can see yourself coming out of these situations, then what you need to focus on is, okay, I could see myself coming out. What did I do to get out? If you could see yourself in a happy relationship, ask yourself, how did I get there? If you can see yourself in a working environment that's healthy and everybody's moving forward and everybody is respectful of each other, how did you create that? How did you get there? If you have mastered this argument with the money situation, and now everybody is open and communicating, and there's funds flowing, and there's reserves, and how did you get there? So it's focusing on the positive that's going to get you there, because it's going to start clearing the path. And the more that you stay focused on solutions, the less you're not going to see the problem. Anyway, I'm going to close out this session. with a bell chime. I think that we do need it as we close out the month and get ourselves ready for a new month. We need to do one of those deep breaths and exhale, all right? Because all this is just an illusion. We change it in our mind. Please do look at my book playlist and hopefully you can get some tools on how powerful our mind is when we use it in a right way. So for now, take a breather with me. I'm going to ring the chime and breathe and just tell yourself everything is working in my favor. Oh, and by the way, hit the like button, hit the bell, subscribe to the channel, because as soon as it stops ringing, I'm closing out the session.